How long could you live without likes? Now, I'd seen that question asked on Cure today, and it was an interesting one in that I had watched that documentary the other night on Netflix about, I think it's a social media dilemma. I think that's what the name of it is. I could be wrong, but it's the most recent documentary on Netflix, and it talks about social media and how social media is kind of poisoning the water of society, in that it is kind of polarizing people. It was a wake-up call for me too. Even the fact that Google gives you content that you're actually looking for, rather than kind of independent content. So, for example, if maybe I lived in an area that was filled with people who were anti-vaxxers, and maybe I didn't believe in what they had taught, but if I did a search on Google in my area, I would probably get a lot of anti-vax results coming up in the results. And again, even though Google probably wants to give you the best results they can, at the end of the day they are more interested in money, they're more interested in ad revenue. So if they can maybe send you to content that is going to make them a few pence, get people to click on the links in the advertisements in the search results, they are going to do that, because at the end of the day they are a business and they're looking to make money. So it's a really, really interesting documentary. I highly recommend you do watch it, especially if you're somebody who, like that person had asked that question, is somebody maybe who is afraid of constantly chasing after likes, constantly chasing after thumbs up. In fact, one of the people actually talking on the documentary was actually somebody who had a helping hand in getting the thumbs up button on Facebook. And they had said at the time they didn't realise what it was going to turn into when they did it. They basically just kind of put the thumbs up little feature on Facebook as a way of thanking somebody for whatever content they did. So it was more or less a kind of thank you. I really enjoyed that content, thank you for writing it, or thanks for making that video, whatever. But it was basically a thumbs up. It was a kind of thank you kind of feature that was going on the website, and they didn't really consider how that was going to be a little bit sinister, and the way it was going to change over time, and that people were actually going to get addicted to looking for those little thumbs up, and that they were going to be affected by the thumbs up. Again, I do apologise about the noise, it's just that building site beside me. So they didn't realise how it was going to change over time, how people were going to kind of chase after that kind of dopamine rush they were going to get as they got more and more likes. And they didn't realise how it was going to affect people's self-esteem, how it was going to kind of knock people back if they didn't get as many likes as they used to for the content or whatever. So it was a simple thing that they had just done as a kind of a thank you thing rather than anything else, but it took on a whole new life of its own. So in the documentary they do kind of talk about how the content you're faced with on Twitter and faced with on Facebook and all those different things are actually giving you things that you want to hear. Again, if you're an anti-vaxxer, you're probably getting a lot of posts on anti-vaccines. If you are somebody who is a flat earther, you are going to think that the whole world believes the same as you. If you're a Trump fan, you'll believe everybody else is a Trump fan. And if you're maybe a Republican, you're getting Democrat, you're getting all the Democrat kind of news feeds. So you're seeing the world in your own kind of way, and you believe that the whole world is looking at it in the same way. So if you do have a chance to watch that documentary, especially if you are somebody who is on social media, constantly rushing around looking for the likes, or wondering why you are, losing hours of your time because every time you get on Facebook you just go down a rabbit hole, or even on YouTube. It was really interesting to watch how YouTube actually kind of, the way the algorithm works, the way they go back into your kind of past history, have a look and see what videos you watched at before, and then the AI, the algorithm, then spits out more videos of what were probably the most popular ones for you, so that you do find, when you do go onto YouTube, suddenly you only just popped on maybe to watch one video, and then you go on down a rabbit hole, and before you know it you're maybe 30 or 40 videos in and you've lost 2 or 3 hours of your time. So I do recommend, if you are someone maybe who struggles with losing time on social media, not getting as much work done in your day as you hope to do, you will find that there is a lot of kind of trickery going on in those websites, and that you can't actually win when you do go over there. You will find that you're competing against a computer or a supercomputer that knows you in and out, knows your likes, knows your dislikes, knows what kind of things trigger you, what things will get you excited or whatever, and it will give you all that content to keep you on them sites as long as possible, because at the end of the day they are all interested in ad revenue. So the longer they can keep you on a platform, the longer they can show you more ads, the better, because that is what they are looking for. So a recommendation of the week is to go and watch that documentary. Again, it will probably, maybe it might make you take maybe some of those apps off your smartphone or whatever, or maybe spend less time on those platforms when you can see how you are being manipulated. And again, to, you know, when it comes to maybe Facebook likes on your post, again, I imagine those AIs are, you know, playing you as well too, maybe not giving you as many likes as you could, maybe not showing your content to as many people, because they constantly want you to probably put the best content on their platform as possible. They're constantly kind of little kind of a carrot and a stick, and they're kind of leading you along, and you're constantly chasing after that little carrot to get the more likes, to get the more shares and all that, and you're constantly kind of, you know, putting better and better and better content out there, and, you know, maybe not getting the results, but at the end of the day it's Facebook wants that content so they can use it and monetize it in the days and weeks and months ahead. That is always going to be on their platform. So again, have a look at that documentary. Again, I'm not too sure, I think it is a social media dilemma, but if you do find it, I highly recommend you do watch it. If you are a big social media fan, it might change the way you see it, or maybe the way you're played when you do get on it. You will kind of maybe, you know, see things differently, start to question the content that you're being shown in Google and the content that's coming up on your newsfeed, because it's giving you what you want, and sometimes giving you what you want isn't what you really need. Sometimes you need, you know, an independent voice to maybe kind of turn you around and make you see the world or your business in a new way. So that's your homework today. I wouldn't normally, you know, send you away from your keyboard to do something, but if you have an hour and a half this evening, watch that video or watch that documentary. It's really, really worth watching, and hopefully it might, you know, make you spend less time on those platforms and actually start spending more time on your business, writing, recording, doing videos, whatever, and building something that you can control on your own platform, rather than building out someone else's platform where they can make money off it and you can't control it anymore. So that's the thoughts for the day. Now, as always, if you'd like to find more of this great content, do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com. You'll find the content all over the web. That's if Google wants to show it to you. But if you want to subscribe to this podcast, if you listen to the podcast episode, I would be much, much appreciated. Or if you want to leave a couple of reviews, again, thank you for doing that. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click on the bell or whatever the subscription feature is now on YouTube, and I'll send the next couple of videos on to you. And as always, have a great day. Thanks for your time today, and take care. Bye bye.